Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man had me skeptical. Not for those reasons, but for other reasons. I was excited for it since it was announced back in 2021, but after all the controversies and issues with the animation and certain character decisions, I needed it to be good, to make all the naysayers regret what they said. I wasn't expecting something like Spider-Verse or Spectacular Spider-Man, and if you went in with those expectations, you were going to be disappointed. But I held on to faith and prayed that Disney can make something that appealed to real Spider-Man fans. And after watching it, yeah, I really liked the season. Was it perfect?
No!
But it understands these characters, it has a good story, and it's just a fun time overall. And I came up with this opinion after watching every episode, instead of just basing my view off the first two that had quote-unquote woke political agendas. The build-up to the show and initial response kills me the more I think about it. But overall, we can ignore those uneducated folks saying woke liberal leftist media is brainwashing the children and eating the dogs and whatnot. Anyways, here's my review for a Spider-Man show that got people too politically charged. First off, I really enjoyed the grounded story. We haven't had any non-multiverse or Avengers level threat Spidey media since Homecoming and Far From Home, so this was a nice refresher. It handles the balance of Peter's identities and a lot of the drama that comes with that in a pretty engaging way, especially with how they build conflict between Nico and Peter. I didn't know much about her character before, but she's easily a new favorite for Marvel. I can't wait to see her use that amulet in the second season as a superhero like in the comics. The way they tease everything for season 2 is a bit forced in the last episode, but A+ for confidence. And the reveal with May in prison, ooh boy, I wonder if they'll go the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. route with Peter's parents or if they'll do The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which would kind of undermine the whole anyone can wear the mask mantra, but whatever, I'll talk about Gwen later. I feel like the biggest struggle in the show is Peter Parker. He's good, but he's doing cookie-cutter Peter Parker stuff to the point where it feels like the crew cares more about Tombstone. But to be fair, they do execute their new ideas with Tombstone very well. Lonnie Lincoln is the best part of this whole show. I find his whole fall from grace really compelling, and I love the tease with him getting his powers in the end. And wow, I can't believe I got chills when I heard them finally call him Tombstone. Norman Osborn is also a stellar part of the show. Colman Domingo is great, and I wish I could be talking about one of his Oscar-nominated roles that I have not seen. I like that they keep the whole overall douchebag billionaire aesthetic with him. Am I bothered by the race swap?
No!
Have y'all seen a white man with waves like that? The whole point of Spider-Man is that anyone can wear the mask, and in the large, expansive Spider-Verse, of course he and his supporting cast aren't going to be the same color or gender or whatnot, and people's roles are going to change. Maybe in one universe, Dr. Carter's wife became the well-regarded scientist, and not him. That's, I feel like, what we kind of see here, and it's perfectly fine because the show doesn't even do that much with Connors. That's another complaint. I wish they did more with some of the side characters. Like Peter's lab partners are just there, the Chameleon's a part of one episode and gets a cameo that I definitely didn't cheer for in another. Daredevil is a one and done thing. Harry just kickstarts conflict. He never gets to really be much of a character outside of the scene with Nico and the Web Labs email. But I'm sure the second season will do more with these characters. Everybody was fine with Dr. Olivia Octavius in Spider-Verse. What's the problem with Dr. Connors here? The best side character of this whole show, though, besides Lincoln, is Scorpion. I've always liked Scorpion, despite not knowing that many Scorpion stories, but wow, this show gave him such good justice. After Homecoming threw him out the window, Spider-Man 2 made him Kraven's punching bag, and Spider-Verse gave the coolest design to the most one line of dialogue background character of background characters. This show locks in and gives Scorpion fans what they've wanted to see for a while. He is merciless, and the fight sequences with him are super fluid. He's a big menace and exactly what Spider-Man needs to learn from. I love that this is the first real villain he ever even faces, and that it's someone this sinister. The animation style did take some getting used to, but by the time I did, I was really into most of this. Again, the way they animate Scorpion is great, and most of the action sequences are super fluid and have some really good looking camera work. The final swing around the city scene in the last episode is beautiful and probably better than any Tom Holland swinging scene. The pastel colors as we see that suits, oh man. I love that homemade and the finished Spidey suit designs, and the random ones from episode 4 are honestly nice. The Future Foundation suit looks awesome, but why is the suit designed by the Fantastic Four made by Oscorp? I mean, Oscorp already has a Spider-Man suit in the comics, so why is the Fantastic Four Future Foundation suit being used here? I feel so lowbrow complaining about suits. And lastly, while I am looking forward to season 2, I'm a bit mixed on Gwen's inclusion. Gwen is my girl, don't at me, but she's my personal favorite Spider variant. We just got this fresh new take on Peter Parker, and he's still finding his footing as Spider-Man. And by season 2, hopefully the writers will have their footing with the character. So why bring in a second Spider-Person? It just feels a bit extra, though I am optimistic and in love with the design. It's unique, but it's not an ugly looking suit by any means. Comic-Con's gonna go crazy. It really disappoints me with how negative the reception has been towards this show, but the series itself made me hopeful for the future of the Marvel animation branch. I really enjoyed Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I can't wait for Season 2. This is a solid but flawed 8 out of 10, and I'm very excited for Season 2. But I can't speak for you though. Go tune into your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man streaming on Disney+. Farewell, Spider-Verse.